Pisces. My name is Audrey Alison, and this is your September 2014 forecast for the month. Thank you for joining me, and thank you for sharing and liking and subscribing to these posts. I truly appreciate it, and I appreciate you. So let's get into it. On September 2nd, Mercury, the communication planet, the messenger, is moving into Libra. Libra for you, Pisces, and Pisces rising, is your 8th house of shared resources and transformation and change and sex and rebirth and all of those deep-seated Plutonian qualities. Mercury in the 8th house could bring communication or news and information regarding shared resources, estates, and property for those of you who are purchasing homes or purchasing land. There are contracts to sign, and September is the month to do it. October is not. October is going to be a Mercury retrograde for 3 weeks of the middle of the month, and 2 bookended eclipses in October, which are going to shake things up. So September is smooth sailing. Actually, a very supportive month for everyone, but particularly for you, Pisces, because we have our full moon in your sign and some more activity that's very supportive in your shared resources sector. Okay, so Mercury goes in there on the 2nd. Then right on the 5th, Venus follows suit and does her transit right after Mercury into Virgo. Virgo is your 7th house of relationships and partnerships and marriage and monogamy, your commitments, your business alliances as well. Venus is beautifying. She's the planet of both love and money. Going into the 7th house is, for those of you already married or in relationships, the love of this transit in the 7th house. You always want Venus in your 7th house or your 1st house of self because she makes you look so damn good. But Venus in the 7th house of partnerships is only beautifying all of the special parts of your relationship and putting them under a microscope and magnifying them, and really, really beautiful transit. There's also money and support for business partnerships if you're not in a relationship. Now, for those of you who are looking for a relationship and you're single, this is the kind of energy that you want stirring up your 7th house. With Venus there, she's going to transit again on the 29th, so you've got 24 days, 25 days with her working on your behalf in your relationship sector. So get out there, get off the couch. I know it's hard to do, but get out there and be seen, because this could really draw in your polar opposite match. Could be a Virgo too, because that's a great sign for a Pisces. But anyway, any earth sign is a great sign for Pisces. But on the 8th of September, our full moon is at 16 degrees Pisces. This is your one full moon a year in your 1st house of self. So this is an awareness. It's bringing things to a head and a culmination and an ending. Something you could be easily changing about yourself, or releasing, I should say, not changing, letting go of. Or you become aware of something that you need to work on this full moon. It's beautiful. It's not, disastrous. I feel that full moons illuminate and shine their beauty onto you. It's almost like a little glow or aura, like a Venus in the 1st house. But you could decide to make some changes in how you treat the body, the self. You could let go of addictions at that time. It's very easy to let them go in a full moon, as the moon is then waning from full to new. Also, I just got a little feeling here for any addictions that you have, vices, whether it's sex, drugs, rock and roll. I think that something is coming to a bulbous point in a good way in this full moon. You could see it for what it truly is or how it truly affects you, and then release it. On the 13th of September, Mars is entering Sagittarius. Mars is a planet of fire, determination, will, energy, passion, assertiveness, even aggression to his detriment, and anger to his detriment. But he's going into your 10th house of career, so it's not It's not about the detriment. It's about giving you energy to really focus on on your social status, your stature, your leverage, your title. For those of you who aren't working in career, it's your retirement and your fulfillment. It's the highest part on the astrological chart, the 10th house, the midheaven. And I think that Mars is giving this career for about 60 days a lot of energy to stir it up. And it's good because Mars had been a latent planet and didn't move for 7 months in the top of the year, and then waited until July 17th, I think, or 16th to go into Scorpio. So we like him moving on schedule because we need him zipping around every 60 days. I like that he's in your career sector. On the 14th, there's a beautiful trine I wanted to discuss between Venus and Pluto. Venus, like I said, going into Virgo in your 7th house of relationships, but Pluto has been retrograde in Capricorn, affecting your 11th house of friendships. Pluto goes direct on the 22nd in this 11th house at 11 degrees. Virgo, or Capricorn. Oh my gosh, these crazy squirrels are everywhere right now. They're chasing each other around the trees. It's kind of cute, but it's distracting. Sorry. Pluto going direct in this 11th house at 11 degrees is combining your 7th house of relationships in the trine between Venus and your 11th house of friendships and social connection. For those of you single Pisceans, Venus trining Pluto, Venus love, Pluto change, and deep intimacy, they could be bringing in a friendship that turns into a relationship, or letting you have more amorous feelings towards someone who is just a friend, and mutual, because the trine is harmonious. So something could be developing here in a very positive, beautiful way. And you know, every relationship that you have, they should be your friend first, and then it can just easily bloom into something more magical. The sun also on the 22nd is shifting into Libra in your 8th house of sex and shared resources. So the sun in this sector is just shining warmth and positive energy into any endeavors that you're sharing financially. Also to your sexcapades, so who you're sleeping with is highlighted at that time, illuminated. Also change and rebirth. If you are looking to literally go through some kind of cleansing on an internal way, this is the time to do it when the sun is in Libra. On the 24th, we have our new moon at 1 degree Libra in this 8th house. So conjunct Mercury and the sun, we have the new moon, all in your 8th house. New money, new shared resources, new property, new estates, having money come in from a will. There's a lot of different ways this could play out. You know, someone could pass with the 8th house being illuminated by the sun and the moon, and Mercury, the news of a passing, and then you're in a will. There's so many ways this can play out because there are different facets to each sector. But having your new moon, your one new moon that you get in your 8th house of sex and shared resources and intimacy, is a really beautiful moon to focus your intentions on where you see your investments and with whom you see your investments. So this is positive. You really want to keep track of your finances and where they are going, where you are fiscally. You have super support with that energy. And on the 25th, the day after the new moon, we have a trine between Jupiter and Uranus. It's a fire trine. Jupiter stationed in Leo. So Leo and Leo rising is loving that right now. And Uranus is the planet of surprise and sudden shock. And Jupiter is luck and growth and expansion. So this is affecting your 2nd house of finances, where Uranus is stationed in Aries, and your 6th house of work and health and daily regimen. So mark the 25th as a magical day where there could be sudden luck or sudden growth in the money sector through work, through daily routine, or an improvement of money to support the health regimens, new physicians or new personal trainers. Something's coming through very magically on the 25th with this trine. And out of nowhere. It doesn't have to make sense now. If it doesn't make sense, you don't necessarily have to add it up. it is magical. It is kind of out of left field with Uranus there to kind of initiate it. Now at the end of the month, we have Mercury and Venus transiting again. On the 27th, Mercury goes into Scorpio, a sister water sign. So this is affecting your 9th house of faraway travel, and it's also affecting higher education. So Mercury there, you could get news of classes or needing to take courses or certification. You could also be looking online for your next trip abroad or overseas. On the 29th, Venus, planet of love and money, moves into Libra, 8th house of shared resources. So, conjunct the Sun, New Moon, and Venus, Mercury at the top of the month, all in this 8th house. This is an amazing time to buy a home, an amazing time to invest in property or flip property. Venus is giving you the energy to beautify the home, any painting that needs to be done or restructuring of the home. The 8th house has restructuring energy because of the support of Pluto. This is beautiful. I think a lot of Pisceans are dealing with property at this point. I want to read your cards. I want to read your cards. I'm going to pull 4 cards and see where they fall for you. I'm also using 1 astrological card for the month. Let's see what's up. Pisces, September. Marriage, the 4 of Wands. I love this card. It's beautiful. It's the bride and groom, or the groom and groom, or the bride and bride. It's an antiquated deck, so I'm sure they're just thinking of the hetero land. But, you know, this applies to your 7th house. This is Venus going into Virgo. This is your partnership. It's beautiful. Okay, that's the first card. Temperance. This is Sagittarian's card. Mars entering Sagittarius. It also means patience, balance, beauty, and timing. Balance and beauty from Venus. Third card. Knight of Swords. Cutting off the enemy or the evil right where his head is. We'll add these up in a minute. 10 of Wands, the Phoenix, rebirth, transformation, rising from the ashes. Very Plutonian. Okay, how I interpret these together is, through the patience and balance and beauty and timing of your relationship, Pisces, you then gain control over who is in your life and who is not. Who doesn't need to be there anymore. The only thing that truly suits you is right here. And, of course, some of your spiritual endeavors or adventures through Sagittarius. But you have rebirth and transformation around you. Like I said before, giving up addictions as well, this could actually apply. It doesn't have to be an actual human being that you sever ties with. It could actually be a vice which leads you to your freedom. So think about that. That's interesting. If you want a personal reading with me, these are, of course, more detailed when I read for people and much more than 4 cards. So I'm at audreyallison.com for personal readings and Audrey Allison Astrology and Tarot on Facebook. Let me pull your astrological card and see what card is representative of Pisces for September. Saturn. Saturnus, as they would call it. Saturn is in Scorpio right now, another water sign for you. But Saturn is restricting and controlling and restructuring where he touches. So what you want to do is go with the restructuring. Don't resist the change, because it's working on your behalf, and things that are uncomfortable in the beginning might end up turning out to really suit you, and you might feel really relieved with going with the flow and the energy that's trying to shape and form you into this new self. Yeah, go with it. Don't work against it, because it's only going to try to happen again when Saturn returns in 27 years. Okay, my name is Audrey Allison. Have a beautiful September, Pisces, and I will see you next month. Bye. Have a sweet day.